It's so much of the lifeblood of our economy that we have to be concerned about manufacturing, all of us, because manufacturing is the top of the food chain. It's the top of CTS. You got it. You're going to believe it. Well, we make the things that make America great. And from that comes so many other great things. It comes our quality of life. It comes the health care. It comes the quality of life issues. You can't have a service economy. What do you service? You can't have an economy based strictly on consumption. It's not GDC that defines great nations, gross domestic consumption. It's the P, gross domestic product. We got to put the P in GDP in Michigan. And we're doing that in Lansing. So while my opponent goes out and preaches about some future that doesn't involve manufacturing, it's a future I don't understand. Because even if you talk about high tech, even if you talk about green energy, it's still, these things have to be made. They don't drop down out of the sky. Solar panels have to be made. Wind turbines have to be produced. Green cars have to be made. Why shouldn't we make them in Michigan?
Right.
So you can understand why he doesn't want to debate, because he's got some explaining to do. He's got some explaining to do. What will a future Michigan look like without manufacturing, Rick? How will you do for Michigan what you did for Gateway? They're in China now, lock, stock, and barrel. He's got some explaining to do. I believe, what he talks about, his vision, his leadership, and I ask you to share this with your friends and neighbors and relatives about, let them know about my leadership and his leadership. When things got tough in Lansing, like they did in every community, they got tough all over Michigan. I led by example. Did I get concessions? Yes, I had to get concessions. But I cut my pay. I doubled what I pay for health insurance. I gave up the city car. We're all sacrificing. My cabinet members, they gave up comp time, totally. People used to retire in Lansing from the cabinet with $50,000, $60,000, $80,000, little nest egg that they'd saved up in comp. That doesn't exist now. When I came in by executive order, I eliminated it. Not because I'm mean, not because I enjoy taking things from people, but if you're going to ask for sacrifice, it's got to start at the top.
Right.
But if you contrast that with Rick Snyder's leadership, what did he do at Gateway when things got tough? Well, he sold it off. He pocketed millions. He profited. He took it as an opportunity to profit off of it for him and his friends. He said, we got to get out of here while the getting is good. We got to get ours and leave those guys on their own. They made out beautifully. That's why he doesn't want to debate. And I've had this discussion with a couple business people. They said, Virg, now come on. They said, I kid you not. They said, he just did what every other. He said, that's what they had to do. They said, that's what he had to do for the company to survive. See, he helped the company to survive. The company, what is the company? Is the company the workers, or is the company the shareholders and the folks at the top? It depends on how you view the company. He took care of the company. Is that how we want the state of Michigan taken care of?
No!
The state of Michigan is the people. It's the people. It's the workers. It's not the people at the top. It's not the few. It's the many. That's what makes us Democrats. That's why I'm proud to have a big D after my name. We're for the many, and that's why we're going to beat them. I hope that you'll get fired up. We can win together, and we can only win together. They're talking about, oh, you're down in the polls. I get the corporate media. Oh, aren't you, Virg? Aren't you depressed? Don't you see the polls? Don't you realize you're dead meat? And I smile at them, and they can't understand it. They say, you're smiling. Aren't you despondent? Aren't you giving up? That's the only way they can beat us up here. That's the only way the Republicans win is if we defeat ourselves. We know something they don't. There's more of us than there is of them. And we've got right on our side. The fact of the matter is, my friends, and you know this, Rick Snyder is scared to death. He wakes up in the morning scared, and he goes to sleep at night scared. That's why he won't debate. Do you think they want to be called wimpy as well as nerdy? No, they don't. want to be called that, but he's so afraid. He's so afraid that he won't face the music. He won't debate because they know what we know, which is they're wrong and we're right. We're fighting for the many and they're standing for the few. We're standing for Main Street, they're standing for Wall Street. We are Main Street, they are Wall Street. They know that they've got nothing to sell. They know that if the truth gets out, they're dead. And that's what we've got to do, is get that truth out. Brenda Lawrence and I, and these wonderful folks here, David and Jocelyn, have been fighting for regular folks on Main Street. That's our record. We've been fighting for regular people on Main Street. We can prove it. I've got 5 years. I thought I'd done the job 5 years with balanced budgets, no tax increases, no layoffs, still funding the priorities of government. Then I found out Brenda Lawrence had been doing it for 9. I thought I'd done the job. I was reelected with 63% of the vote. Then I found out she was reelected last year with 78% of the vote. Nobody gets reelected with 78. I never heard of such a thing. So, that doesn't happen to a mayor unless you're doing the job. And we've been on the front lines doing the job. These guys are up here in the ivory towers with the Wall Street types talking about it. They talk about bipartisanship, they talk about balanced budgets, they talk about economic development. We've been doing it for years and getting results in our community, and we can do it for the state of Michigan. I'm excited about 2010. I hope you will be too. Let's go out there and win.